In today's video, I'll be telling you the top 10 things every solo player needs in GTA. If you don't have anything on this list, you have to get it right now. If you don't agree with something I said or want to add to something I said, make sure to write it down in the comments. Starting off, we're going to talk about the Duke of Death. The Duke of Death will set you back $0, from which you get an armored vehicle, which is going to be super useful in contact missions. I remember the time when I used to struggle with contact missions, and honestly, once I bought the Duke of Death, I had literally no problems. It is super armored, so you can barely take any shots in it, and it's super fast. A special mention would be the armored Kuruma, because it serves the same purpose. However, it costs $525,000. Next up, we got the Ocelot Virtue. The Ocelot Virtue is a lightning fast vehicle which can get you from point A to point B super fast. You can also fit this thing with Imani tech, which includes a missile lock-on jammer, armor plating, and slicks. Therefore, it's super useful for solo players to counter the Mosquito. I would actually say you should not buy the Ocelot Virtue because you can literally get it for completely free. For that, you need to do the first and last those missions, and after you complete them, you can get this car for free. Therefore, it ties in to have a Duke of Death or an armored Kuruma, as it'll help you complete the first and last those missions much easier than if you were to do it without them. Next up, we got the Acid Lab. The Acid Lab is a must-own vehicle in GTA because this provides you with one of the best passive businesses in GTA. After you complete the first those missions, you can pay $750,000 to unlock the Acid Lab. After that, you can pay another $250,000 for the equipment upgrade, but you have to complete 10 Fooligan job missions. After this will become one of the best passive businesses in GTA and will help you make a ton of money. On top of that, this vehicle is super helpful in a public session, as it'll be super hard for people to grief you, as this is a super armored vehicle. People will be needing multiple Oppressor Mark IIs to destroy the Acid Lab. Therefore, you should get the Acid Lab. Next up, we got the Buzzard. This thing will set you back $1,750,000. However, this is a very valuable vehicle that every solo player should own. It has insane machine guns and is also equipped with missiles. It is super fast, and if you're in a CEO, you can spawn this literally right next to you. So it allows you to go from point A to point B incredibly fast. I would give a special mention to the Sparrow because it's quite literally the same thing as the Buzzard. However, you will be needing a Kosaka to own a Sparrow. You should definitely buy one of the two, they'll help you a ton. Next up, we're going to talk about the weapons you should be having as a solo player. Starting off, you should be having a heavy sniper rifle MK2. You can put a ton of attachments on it, which includes thermal. Most of the time, you can kill an NPC or a player with one shot with the sniper. Next up, we got the Combat MG MK2. It's a super strong submachine gun in GTA, which in my opinion, it shouldn't even be classified as a submachine gun because of how powerful it is. It can do a ton of damage in a short duration, and the gun has an incredible amount of range. Since this gun is MK2, you can put lots of attachments on it, which is super useful. Next up is going to be the railgun. The railgun is a super strong weapon in GTA. The railgun is basically a baby of an RPG and a sniper. You just need a tiny bit of practice with your aim, and this thing will be super useful to you because you can easily destroy many vehicles and take down armored vehicles really fast. Next up, we got the Assault Shotgun. It's a super fast firing shotgun which is super good in close range and can do a ton of damage in just a short period of time. Last but not least, we got the Atomizer. The Atomizer is an amazing gun in GTA. It's super good for trolling, killing people, as well as getting vehicles unstuck. You can run into many scenarios in stealth missions or just normal free roam in which a vehicle will get stuck, and you can easily fix that. You should definitely consider buying all the weapons I listed because they will definitely help you. Just before we continue with the video, I have to ask you a question. Have you subscribed? Because 95.3% of the people who watch my videos aren't subscribed, so you should subscribe. I'm trying to get to 1K before the end of this year, and I can do it with only yours guys' support. So please, subscribe, or this chicken will come after you. Next up, we got the Nightclub. The Nightclub is an amazing business in GTA because you technically have to do nothing except for doing sale missions and increasing your popularity to get the most amount of money. You can make around about $100,000 per 48 minutes if your popularity is up and you pick the correct businesses, which makes it one of the best passive businesses in GTA. This also means that you can do AFK glitches and you can literally keep your console or PC on for a long period of time while you're not playing, and you can make a ton of money without doing anything. Honestly, the nightclub is an amazing business. You should be owning this. I do recommend that you should get this later on because it is quite an expensive business, knowing that you need to buy multiple other businesses to make this business profitable. Next up, we got the Raiju. The Raiju is the best jet by far in GTA. It has the ability to literally be standing still. A Voltic mode, something like that, I forgot the name. But it can literally just be still in the air like a helicopter, from which you can easily destroy targets and do missions. It is also one of the strongest jets in GTA and is probably the fastest one out of them all. It's got explosive machine guns and homing missiles. For the cherry on top, this thing also has stealth mode, from which if you disable all of your weapons, you cannot be seen by anyone on the map or on the radar, which is quite crazy. Therefore, every solo player should own this for just being in public lobbies or just doing missions. Next up, we got the Kasaka. I know what you're thinking, Kasaka should be number 1 on this list, but I do disagree. It has been dethroned from what it was before because of all the nerfs. It just sucks now. As a solo player, this business can make you $1 million in around about 1 hour's time. However, it has some issues. The Cayo Perico heist, if you're doing it solo, will have a 2.5 hour cooldown and then you can start up the next one, which is disgusting. That is waiting like an entire century in GTA, which is horrible. If this cooldown wasn't a thing, this would have been the best way for solo players to make money, but not anymore, sadly. Next up, we got the auto shop. The auto shop is an amazing business in GTA, which provides you with many ways of making money. One of the ways is to do mini heists, which can take you about 20 to 30 minutes to do. The most amount of money you can get from one heist is $300,000, which is the Union Depository, while you'll be getting close to $200,000 for the rest of the heists. You can be making around $600,000 every hour, which is an amazing way to make money. And there's literally no cooldown if you're doing the heist the correct way. The best way to do it is doing the Union Depository heist first, which then has a 48-minute cooldown, and then doing 2 heists of your choice. And then just keep repeating it for the next hours and you'll be making a ton of money. With this business, you can find random souped up cars around the map with a blue icon and you can deliver them to the docks to get a decent amount of money. Doing this won't give you a lot of money, but it is a fun way to make money. On top of that, customers can bring their cars into your auto shop and then your goal is to customize them to their liking and then deliver them. One thing that is super cool is that you can hire mechanics who can deliver the cars for you. It also gives you a lot of garage space and a vehicle workshop in which everything is unlocked. Even if you are a noob and you don't have the turbo upgrades, you don't have the engine upgrades, you haven't unlocked any of the customization, you can literally customize there with a discount. And all the classic paints are free too, which is quite amazing. At last, we got the agency. The agency is, in my opinion, the best business in GTA. It provides you with the Dr. Dre contract, which gives you $1 to $1.1 million after you complete it for the first time, which is quite a lot of money, and you can spend around 1 to 1.5 hours completing this, so it's a really good way to make money. On top of that, this business has no cooldown. You also have security contracts, which pay you a decent amount of money from $30,000 to $80,000, but you usually get up to $70,000. If you complete up to 200 contracts, your safe in the agency will make $20,000 per 48 minutes, and you literally have to do nothing for it. On top of that, you have access to payphone hits, which are an amazing way of making money. If you do it step by step as it says, you will get the maximum amount of money, which is $45,000. But if you don't, you'll get much less. It only has a 10-minute cooldown, so you can do this while you're doing your security contracts to make a tiny bit money on the side, while you wait for the security contracts cooldown, which is 5 minutes. You can also own a weapon workshop in this business, which allows you to buy guns as well as make guns with their MK2 variants into MK2 variants. On top of that, you get a discount for all your purchases as well as your upgrades, which is super sick. On top of that, you have lots of garage space as well as a vehicle workshop where you can fit Imani Tech on cars which are capable to have Imani Tech. And if you don't know what Imani Tech is, you are living under a rock, because Imani Tech is one of the best and most fun things in GTA.